I don't know if it went through or not.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, it
see,
did. I
it's a
saw it. It
Monday.
went through.
All right,
It's a
good.
Monday.
Yeah, it's a Monday. So we're gonna jump right into it. If I don't know who's watching these days, I don't even care anymore, man. Here's the deal. All right, so I started this little. Oh, well, first, good morning, everybody. Good morning, preacher. Let me start on that. Let me start with how you doing this morning.
Good, good morning. I, oh man, first of all, welcome to the morning sound off, and I think Spaniard needs to sound off today. So I'm just gonna, you know what, Spaniard, just take it away. And good morning, Marcus.
Good morning, Marcus. Thank you. At least we have one viewer. I've been going over this. I've been going over this these stats and shit here for quite a while. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. I don't have a major in broadcasting, nor do I have anything in any degrees or certifications in editing or sound editing or audio. I'm just a fucking regular guy, right? That just said, hey, I'm gonna take it upon myself to do something. I'm not gonna sit on my ass. I'm gonna do something about it, right? So I created Black Sheep Bravo. It
Yeah.
started with just me and a couple other guys who felt the same way. Well, you know what? They fell off the face of the earth when the going was getting rough. And it's like, okay, I'll keep it together, leave it to the Marines to keep it, keep the shit going. And so I kept it going, and over the years I have developed a couple of hosts here and there. And then finally I decided, let me make a couple calls. And that's, what I have today. But over the years, I've invited other people to say, hey, come on board. I think we have something good here. At least that's what people have told me. And so I said, all right, I'll welcome you. I'll welcome you. Come on board. And here's the invitation. And yet I opened the door, right? I opened the door and then I'm looking out, waiting for them to come. Never came. Right. So that's when I was like, okay, it's worth it, man. This is all going to be worth it because I know people that are in the community, especially the veteran community, right? Because I came across, I told the world, right, that Black Sheep Bravo was a veteran owned business, and it's a veteran owned business, and it's run with by veterans, and there's veterans on the team, and there's veteran supporters on the team who has family members who are current and veterans on so it's like that was how I put W's into American Legions. And, I didn't have very much, supplies to make good flyers. So I would have to go knocking door to door. Now, this was way, 4 or 5 years ago when this whole started. And you know what I got, was, oh yeah, we'll support you. We're veterans, man. We got to take care of each other. And I'm like, oh, great. All right. Here's that support, man. That's what I'm waiting for. And so now I'm looking at this, right? I look at our stats this weekend, and Trophy Wife told me, don't look at that. They get upset. And I'm like, no, hush, woman. Don't make me my dinner. I didn't say that because I'd have a black eye right now. So I go, I go and look, and I noticed that, last month, December, I don't know, maybe even November, I think was the last time I looked, and we were getting close to like 8,000 followers, right? And yeah, that's something to be thankful for. But we've been at it for like 4 or 5 years, and I'm thinking that in the veteran community, there's a way lot more than 7,700 followers. There's got to be more veterans out there, or more families out there that this was supposed to be an experiment, right? Black Sheep Bravo was supposed to be an experiment to see how much support can one get, and it shows, man. So I call bullshit, man. That's why I'm a little pissed. I'm pissed today because I call bullshit, because this is what I was waiting for in the time of need. We went through a pandemic. We went through the rioting. We went through a shit show of a campaign. Now we just got through what's really a terroristic insurgence, and now here we are trying to move forward. And I lost support, man. I lost a lot of followers these past few months, and I'm trying to think. Well, wait a second. This is supposed to be a veteran thing. This is supposed to be what happened to all those people that said, "Oh, let's support our veterans. Let's take care of our veterans." This was something that you see there, preacher. This really this was really sparked by a young kid of a psychiatrist, right? A medical doctor from the VA that was assigned to me. Like I think I was his first guinea pig. And I told him my shit story. I told him what I seen and done, and I poured my heart out to this dude. And the one thing he took away from it is like, okay, man, granted, but you got a voice, you got a cool voice, and I think with your voice, others may follow. And I'm like, oh, good use. So that's how the concept of Black Sheep Bravo was born. I was like, you know what? I'm going to create something for others, and not just veterans, because I said, I don't want to be selfish, man. I don't want to just be, that kind of person that says it's just inclusive, man. No, because I remember feeling like that at times where I was outside looking in. So I said, I don't want people to feel like that. I don't want them to feel left out ever. So it's like, it's open to anybody. And so that's why I said I created Black Sheep Bravo as a soundboard for a lot of people. And anybody. Just recently, I hired a therapist, a new therapist to help me out with my goals. Right, I'm trying to get positive in my life here, and one thing he told me was that, you know what, Spaniard, and I told him to call me Spaniard. He said, you know what, Spaniard, you have given away so much of your time and just so much of your dream to others, and yeah, you're frustrated because you haven't seen it come back. And I'm like, you know what, you're goddamn right, man. So I am a little pissed. I am a little pissed because there were so many times this past couple years that I've wasted my time, and just, I had to study YouTube to learn how to make, shit show commercials, right? And to how to incorporate voice and video so that it sounds right together. It took me hours. And these people that said, oh yeah, I want to work with you, man. So I would make them a presentation. I made them a commercial. It's like, hey, here's a commercial for you, like a shoe. Here's your shoe, right? You made a new shoe. I'm just making shit up here for now, because I don't want to embarrass anybody. That's the last thing I want to do. But this person had created a shoe company out of their garage, and let me help you. All right, all I'm asking in return is, like, don't give me money. I don't want. I'm doing this pro bono. I'm learning as I go. But just, spread the word for me. Help me out here. I'm a veteran. Everybody keeps saying they want to help the veteran out, and so I did all this. Right, I did all this work, created these commercials, 3 of them for them. Right, sent them. And it's like, all right, when can we get together? Let's do this interview. Let's get this knocked out. And nothing, man, nothing. It's like I gave up. I just I said, another chance came along, and I said, I did this exact same thing. I have an idea, man. I have an idea that could increase your business. I go, let me do something for you in exchange. Just don't leave me hanging. Let me just do an interview with me. All right, do an interview with me. Again, nothing, nothing. An email, because I'm a professional. I would do follow-up phone calls because I'm a professional. And I just said, I got nothing in return, and I get it. That's the way business is. But the thing, like, I kept coming back to was like, okay, what happened to let's support our veterans? That people are taking a knee at the national, during national anthem, but yet when it comes down to the nitty gritty, when somebody is actually asking for your support, where the fuck were you? Where the fuck are you? I don't see it here. I definitely didn't see it here. So that's what I'm saying. I call bullshit. And all these people that claim that they support a veteran cause, or they support the veterans businesses or the small business, and even these other veteran businesses that are already established, and they say, oh yeah, I want to help out the other fellow businesses, other fellow. I call bullshit, man. I call bullshit on that too, because not one, I have reached out to so many different veteran organizations for the past 4 fucking years there, preacher. 4 fucking years I've been at this. And nothing, man. I poured myself. I've told my story time and time again. I wrote this fucking book, 3 fucking years ago, right? By the same psychiatrist. He said, you should write your story, man. It's time, be brave, write your book. I did it, man. Now in the tour to now, right? Now I'm in a point in my life where I can no longer go anywhere. I am stuck. This is my final resting stop. There's no CEO position. There's no director of ABC company. I'm done. This is where I'm at. This is the final resting stop. the next, I'm grazing. I am just grazing in a pasture, waiting for my time. And this is it, man. So I have to adapt, improvise with making ends meet. And so I said, it's business still. I got this veteran-owned business. Let's put it to good use, man. Let's reach out to other veteran-owned businesses that own T-shirt companies or these veteran organizations that had tchotchkes. I want to sell because somebody had mentioned, hey, man, do you sell anything? Do you sell merchandise? And I'm like, well, I've tried. I've tried to sell merchandise. I've tried to reach out to these companies, these veteran-owned organizations that say, hey, we're here to help each other. Crickets, man, fucking crickets. And I get it. They got their own shit to do, but don't give me that fucking bullshit because we've lost over 200 followers this past year from 2019 to now. We've lost over 200 followers. And why is that? I get it. People have sensitive feelings, but what happened to the original mission? I wrote that mission. Our mission is right there in black and white. I'm very transparent. This is a social experiment. This is a veteran-owned business. This is a soundboard for veterans. This is my idea. This was my way to express that, despite and what we are about to see, we have a place to come to. We could just let loose and not be judged. Yeah, well, that didn't work. My social experiment, well, I've learned a lot. So yeah, I'm fed up, man. I'm done. The towel is up. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on everything. All this fake support, this whole, the VFW. That's another story I don't even want to get into because again, I went to help and I don't want to get into the story of why I don't have a sad story, and I don't want to bring any people down, but it's just that's why I'm done asking. I'm done. I've asked so many times for so many different things, and really it had nothing to do with really money or it. All it was time, preacher. I asked for somebody's time. I thought time was the most least expensive commodity that we own, and that's all I've asked for people for these past 4 years. Just give me your time. Case in point, I invited this, right? I invited a couple people who were running for Congress, and I was shocked that a couple of them said yes. And the one that I thought that was going to say yes for sure, I thought, oh man, this guy, I know this guy. I've met him. I went to his luncheons. We've had good conversations face to face. I know he's going to be there. He stood me up, man. And to this day, he is still yet to call me and say, hey, dude, I'm sorry. Or, I don't even know what happened. Apparently, he's doing well because he's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've seen him. Not a phone call, So like that just made me feel like a piece of shit because again, I blocked out that hour just for him, and I said hey, this guy did it and she did it for me and this guy did it for me. This guy for sure. Okay. All right. I had low expectations, but I'm not on this dude. And see, that's what happens when you put faith into people who say, I back veterans, I'm all for the veteran cause. I'm here to help veterans. So it's like, I'm checking out, preacher. I'm checking out this whole veteran scene because even now I don't even tell people I'm a veteran anymore. And I'll tell you why, because before I would tell people, hey, my name's Anthony Chomp. I got this. I have a master's degree from Purdue University. And, I have all these great stories and, I'm a Marine, I'm a veteran. And then as soon as I say I'm a veteran, like, oh, you're a veteran. Oh, thank you for your service. I'm like, well, what happened to why did you tilt your head and go, oh, so that's when I had this epiphany. It's like veteran equals broken, and it's like, yeah, I'm broken. All right. But I'm not going to advertise it anymore. So I'm done, and this whole thing about, we help it, man. Cause I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again where I'm looking over the horizon. Yeah. The help is coming. It's coming. It never did come. So that's like I said, that's why I've become a little cynical these past few years. And it's because I'm a man of science. Life to me is one big social experiment, and I've learned a lot these past several years. And luckily for me, I'm able to find resources to throw this on me. Do I sound crazy? And they're like, no, man, you sound pretty damn frustrated. And I'm like, okay, that's what it is, and I'm going to blame it on frustration. And granted, yes, we've had a shit show of a year. Gesundheit. We've had a shit
Thank
show
you.
of a year. Everybody's going through a lot. I understand that. And that's why, again, I offered. I threw myself out there, behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know what I do behind the scenes. No, I make a lot of phone calls. I make a lot of emails. Hey, man, I'm thinking about you. How you doing? If you
Mhm.
need to chat, here I am, man. I'm here for you. And
Mhm.
let's get you through this. And so that's I feel good. I'm not going to videotape that either. I'm not going to not videotape. I'm aging myself. I'm not going to document that. See, and that's the other thing that I'm so sickened because I still see people doing it today. Like,
Use punch
don't
cards.
yeah, don't film yourself doing a good deed because to me that's just so fucking tacky, man. To me that despises and that's why I said I've checked out, man. It's like no, that's not what it is. That's not what humanity is about, man. Because again, I just reached out to somebody that said, I said, you production of giving food to the homeless veterans, and I'm like, okay. And then you did another big production a couple weeks ago for Thanksgiving. Okay, well, now we're 10 days into January. These people there's still a lot of hungry people out there. Where's the food? Where's the people delivering food? Where are the cameras? That's I said. I'm just calling bullshit on a lot of shit, man. I'm I told myself I was going to have this final meltdown, right? Going to have this final meltdown and I'll try to see the best, the good in life and give humanity a chance. But I've already made up my mind. This experiment has concluded. This started 2016, I think 2017, whatever it was. This longitudinal study is now over. I'm passing over the reins, and I'm kind of. I think I'm going to put my energy into something else. Like I said, I've offered ideas to people. I've given different um ideas have stopped. The book idea. This person I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I said, you know, this was a chance for me to bounce back. This was going to be a chance to tell me, hey, keep going. This was going to be a true testament. Again, I made all these things. I posted all these commercials. I made videos about this book that I wrote, and nothing. Not even family members, people who I thought were family. Like again, nothing. And I understand they're going through a lot too. And it's like, but it's like everybody's going, and I get it, but don't come out and tell me and post shit that hey, we support you or we support. I call bullshit on that. So that's what I said. I can no longer go. I can't. I don't have any more creativity left, man. There's so much things that I want to do. I mean, I'm looking at this beautiful scenery, and again, this was another thing. I before the pandemic even hit, right? I had offered. I even invited people to my home, and people accepted my offer. I'm like, oh, I was so excited, right? I was so excited to see them. This was a great time, and so I canceled everything, right? I had a couple engagements I had doing, so I canceled that, right? And I rearranged my whole schedule for that whole weekend,
Mhm.
and they never came, man. They never came, and I was really hurt by that. And that's when I said, okay, that's strike one. A couple of months later, happened again. Different. I thought it was my friend. Another, I haven't heard from them in a while. Same thing. Come on over, man. That morning, again, I was excited. I was so excited. Hey, I get to see the beauty, share this beauty that I've been so privy to share that with somebody else. That morning, I get this last minute thing. I'm like, damn, man, I rearranged everything, and that's when I shut down, preacher. That was it. That was it. Didn't take strike three. That was it. After two, I was done. It was like, man, that's twice I offered. I opened myself to people. And I don't know if it's because I've been watching old, 1960s and 70s, movies. I was watching Planet of the Apes with Charles. It's just I'm watching all this shit, and the humanity is just, I don't know. It's just crazy, dude. That it's taken me this long to realize it. And people have told me before, they're like, dude, you care way too much. You give yourself way too much, and then when and you get frustrated. And I'm like, yes, I guess you're right. I am frustrated. And so yeah, I want to focus on my animals, and I would love to have more, but like I said, my dream was cut short. That level that I wanted to exceed, that's it. I can no longer afford those things. I've tapped out as far as that. So it's like this was going to be my platform. This was going to be my chance, to make extra money. The goal was for me to create a following, was to create, something to offer other people. Like again, I've offered people to come on to the show to share their business, to share their art, to share whatever they had to share. And I was like, here, it's free. And they just took advantage of it and pissed on me. And I was like, man, all right, then stop doing it. So yeah, I wanted everybody to succeed, to be successful at this. This was to make some merchandising, right? Everybody told me, hey, you sell shit on your website, sell shit on your page. Well, it's hard to sell shit when you don't have a following. Why the hell would anybody want to buy a t-shirt from us? We're nobody. Let us get somewhere. Let us get to at least 10,000 followers. Well, that was the goal. And that was 2 years ago, so you tell me. So, come on, that's bullshit, man. We should have gotten 10,000 views the second I posted that. I mean, I paid for this. Facebook has so much of my money now. It's that I shouldn't have, and it didn't return. I lost, So I mean, that's what happens. It's like gambling. I took a gamble and I lost, and so like I said, I'm not going to lose anymore. I'm done losing. I know what it's like to lose. I'm a sore loser. I guess that's one thing I'm going to have to work on, but. I am a sore loser.
Well, Spaniard, you've been going for
So that's
20
what I'm
minutes now, and
yes.
if I can offer some perspective, we'll call it that. Call it perspective. So I guess you could call this, instead of Meltdown Monday, how about we call this state of the page? State of the page this morning. Black Sheep Bravo is still a company run by veterans, owned by veterans, and primarily is of veterans. Now, I would call myself a veteran advocate, I guess you could say. And to be honest, you still have 7,300 followers, which is more than I've had in 6 years in my gaming page. You have 13,733 reactions to posts in the last week, which is more than I've had in my 6 years of streaming. You do what you love, man. And with you, what you love to do is you love reaching out to people. And it sucks when it doesn't come back. It sucks. But you have built so much here, and you have done so well, and you have learned so many skills through this. And there are still people willing to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch you. Believe me, they don't watch me. I've seen the statistics for Wednesdays, to watch you on a Monday morning or on a Friday morning, because you are as entertaining as hell. You are. You just flat out are. And even now, we still have people watching. And yeah, when you get let down, it sucks. And there are always going to be these letdowns. And there are always going to be things that we want to build more, and we want to have more, and we want to do this more, and we don't understand why it doesn't take off. And I've been dealing with that, man. I'm in the same boat. My streaming page has not taken off at all. But I have found out that, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this because this offers me a way that I can play games and talk to people. And I'm doing the sports show because I like to talk about sports, and I want to offer that to people. And you know what, if I don't get anything back, that's on them. That's not on me. And the same thing through here. Talking with you in the morning and talking about the news and hearing your perspective on things, and it allows me to kind of look at things from a different light. And by all means, Spaniard, you always put a smile on my face. If nothing else, I get to start the day with a smile, because if nothing else, you make me laugh, and that is great. And it's done wonders for my mental health as well, even in this pandemic, when because they just extended it again. But I can't go out, I can't go running, and I can't do this and I can't do that, but at least I know that I can talk to you. At least I know I can see, like Marcus who's putting up suggestions, and we have a community here. It's not the community that we wanted. It's not the community that we thought, we need to be reaching hundreds of thousands of people and build this great empire. But you know what? Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it's going to take, to be honest, it's going to take news. It's going to take some mainstream thing to bring it into the light. Because if you realize, 5-6 years ago, there was this big push for veterans this and veterans that. And now it's something else. And because of that, the entire mentality of society has changed. And so it's not about the push anymore. And when you don't have the push, that's when things take the toll the most. I mean, I started streaming when streaming was the thing to do, and now it's sort of like everybody's doing it, so nobody cares anymore. Well, but we still have this here. We still have 5 people watching. We still have friends in, we got Wes in Montana, we got Marcus in Indiana, we got Pat in Indiana, we got people that we never would have been connected to had it not been for Black Sheep Bravo. And you know what? The people that comment, the people that like, the people that share our page, the people that allow us to do this and encourage us to do this, I am so happy that they actually that they make this worthwhile to do, for me at least. And I appreciate them as well. But when you don't see the growth that you want, when you see negative numbers instead of positive numbers, when you see that people might just take a look and then walk away, it hurts, because you want that engagement. You've poured so much time and so much effort and so many things into this, so much resources into this, and you just don't see return. And yes, it sucks. But I also know that talking to people and encouraging people and doing something for the love of doing something. I mean, you are a people person at heart. You are an introverted people person. You love living by yourself, but at the same time, you love talking to people. And as much as I hear the pain and I see the pain and I understand a little bit of what you're going through, at the same time, I know that if you gave up on Black Sheep Bravo, it would just be another thing that you would probably be frustrated by and regret as well. And I would like to encourage you to keep going, as much as it sucks, and as much as maybe the castle that we're envisioning is maybe just a shack in the woods right now. Maybe it stays a shack in the woods, and maybe we need to be content for a bit. But it doesn't mean we can't keep planning for that castle. It doesn't mean that we can't keep building for the future. It doesn't mean that we need to stop bringing people on and having more shows and making sure that people are engaged and people get to see what they want to see. I mean, I would love to see more people here. I'd love to see more interaction. I'd love to see all this stuff happen. And yeah, it sucks when you're like, guys. But at the same time, I know that even though there's going to be those letdowns, I still see the people that are around, and I want to focus on the people that are around. That's sort of that. I want to have that infectious positivity, if it's possible. If it's possible, I want to have an infectious positivity. And if that means that I can appreciate Marcus, who's given us ideas, or I can appreciate, Gene and I'm trying to come up with, John that comes up with, stuff on Friday nights and all that stuff. I mean, those are the things I want to see. Those are the people that I appreciate. You who interact with us. We talk about the people, the people that sent body bling, the people that are, doing the little things that are, there is an appreciation. It might not be the appreciation we expect, but there is an appreciation. And I encourage people, especially this week, and I know we've got a couple viewers right now. I hope more people are going to see this later, but I want to encourage you, either on this video or on another post, I want you to give encouragement. Okay. If you're able to, and I want to call out people today. Okay. I want you who are watching this right now, drop a line of encouragement to Spaniard. Okay. It may not be much. It may only be a couple of people. It may be an interaction thing, but I want to make sure that if you are following us still right now, drop a line of encouragement, because you know what? It does get hard some days. I mean, even for me, it does get very difficult some days, and reaching those low points sucks. It really does. So I want you to give encouragement to Spaniard. I want you to reach out, and you know what? Um, I think that's probably the best way for a Monday morning sound off. Mondays suck, and we're sounding off and saying, you know what? We appreciate you guys. We just want to know that you're still listening. And so, um, you know what? Let's you know let's use this as a springboard for interaction here. Okay, give this video a like, give it a comment, because you know what? It does show us that you're still there, and it does show us that you appreciate what we do. So thank you guys, first of all, for everything that you've given us. But you know what? It's it's hard time for us right now. When we see those negative numbers, it's a hard time for us. So, Spaniard, I hope that at least that was a
Wow,
little
nicely
encouraging to
said,
you,
man. On that
and I
note,
hope that
it was. Thank you,
I know
man.
you got to go. You
Thank
got to
you.
go
Yeah,
get the animals out. So,
the animals are calling me, man. So they,
yep.
I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, man. Take care.
All right, man.